junkies. Are we the popcorn junkies when we're doing showbiz?
No.
Oh, we're not.
We're the showbiz newers.
We're
the showbiz newsers.
Welcome to our channel. If you're new to our
Hi.
channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification button and have a look around the channel because we do loads of other things apart from showbiz news.
Absolute more. That's my attempt at French.
It was shit.
It was awful.
Right, so let's get going straight away. Lovely story to kick off with straight away. Riz Ahmed, did you know he was married?
I didn't know he was married. No.
He got married. I love the way
got married?
the press will always say a secret wedding. Well, just because they didn't tell you
because they
doesn't
didn't tell
mean
the press.
it's secret.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember they did that with us when we got married? Oh, she married in secret. No.
I don't remember it being particularly secret.
Well, it's just because we didn't do it, I suppose.
Well, it's because we didn't phone up a paper and say, come along.
Yeah. So anyway, lovely little story. He proposed to his girlfriend in lockdown, Fatima, and they went on a picnic. And they played a game of Scrabble, and he stole the Scrabble letters to ask her to marry him.
Oh, that's
and
romantic.
She said, "Are you joking?" And he said, "Oh my God, I probably looked a bit pants because she's a wordsmith. She's a novelist." And he just used Scrabble letters.
But did he get a 3-word bonus? 3-word triple score bonus?
But he said they married in a very intimate wedding and there weren't 500 aunties hanging around.
Oh, so quite
So I
private
wonder
then.
if they used it as an excuse to do it in lockdown so they didn't have to have the big...
Do you think a lot of people are doing that?
Asian
So
wedding.
they don't have the whole sort of guest list problem. It's like, do it now. We don't have to invite everyone. It's brilliant. I thought that's great.
Definitely.
Well, he is one of our greatest actors. He is nominated for an Oscar. Who'd have thunk it, hey? He's from very humble origins. And Sound of Metal. We're looking forward to catching up on that. And we will be reviewing that as the Popcorn Junkies. We're huge Lady Gaga. Really, Showbiz News today is an excuse to talk about some of our favourite actors and performers. So Lady Gaga has been photographed.
wait
I know.
for
In the
this.
new Ridley Scott movie called House of Gucci, in which he stars opposite Adam Driver. She's playing Reggiani, which is Gucci's ex-wife or wife, who, by all accounts, allegedly had a hitman employed to take out Gucci.
I had no idea. I didn't know this story. Did you
No,
know
Reggiani,
this?
nicknamed the Black Widow. So this is a different kind of Black Widow. This isn't Scarlett Johansson from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Oh no, this is a proper Black Widow. You're a bit of a Black Widow. She was found guilty of paying a hitman 300,000 euros to murder 46-year-old Gucci, an heir to the fashion empire. Gucci had left her for another woman 10 years previously after telling her he was going on a short business trip from which he never returned. So you can imagine there's going to be so much seething resentment and jealousy and revenge.
It's going to be incredible. She was apparently sentenced to 29 years, but then it was reduced to 26 on appeal, wasn't
Yeah, and
it?
she served 18 in the end.
Served 18, so she served 18 years.
But these photos that you're looking at now are Lady Gaga on set with her body double.
Can't tell which one's which. Which one's Lady Gaga?
The one with her back to us. And there's Adam Driver in a bit of a spat, obviously with some, they look like drivers.
So good, isn't
but
it?
there she is walking to a car. Doesn't she look the part? I mean, she was so good, sensational in A Star Is Born. And I just think,
I mean,
and,
I'm gonna be
there's
honest.
Ridley Scott escorting her into the car.
Lady Gaga was not on my radar
No.
before
The Gaga
A Star
radar.
Is Born.
She on the Gaga
She
radar?
just wasn't on my radar. She was just,
Yeah.
And now I'm obsessed. There isn't a single thing she acts in that I won't be able to watch.
And all I ever knew her for was being the woman who wore the meat dress.
Yeah, same.
But now
before,
she's one of the most nuanced actors as well. I have to confess, I think I prefer her acting to her songs, but there we go.
I blooming love the Osbournes. I love Sharon. I have a real affinity with Sharon. She's been a loose woman a couple of times, and we were mad fans of the Osbournes series, weren't we? Kelly was a loose woman last year.
Was she? I didn't realise
She
that.
came to, and she kept going back to LA, but I so wanted her to be a regular loose woman because she was just fantastic. She's very smart, like her mum, articulate, everything. And she talks very openly about her addictions. And she recently revealed that she had come off the wagon. She didn't give the details of how and when or
So we don't know if
what.
this was in lockdown or as a consequence of lockdown.
Well,
maybe,
you
or-
kind of feel that, but she doesn't actually say that, and that's her right to keep that quiet. But she says, I always want to be honest about my road to recovery with people that follow her. And I think that's really great because I think because you're really good about talking about your struggles with recovery as well, because it will seem too unattainable to people if it just looks like a breeze.
Well, I think
it is not a breeze.
I think it's really important. Yeah, absolutely. It's really important to be honest when you're finding it hard, because I think it's very hard a lot of the time. And so to only be seeing images of people doing it easily would be a little bit like social media from hell, where people just stay sober comfortably. And it's weird though, because there is this desire or need to want to be honest. And really, all recovery is about being honest with yourself. But it's interesting, I hear it a lot, and I felt it a lot myself, the desire to be, it's really important to be honest with others. It's almost like only by completely opening up do you stand a chance of getting well again.
Well, you don't have to have the shame and guilt. And
exactly.
she says she's not proud of coming off the wagon. I didn't realise, she actually spoke about Amy Winehouse when she was on Loose Women, and they were incredibly close friends. And
Right.
I don't think she's talking directly about Amy Winehouse, but this is on a podcast called Recovery.
Right.
She talks about that she almost had survivor's guilt because she's lost a lot of friends to drugs. And I didn't realise how low her rock bottom was. She said she was doing nothing of normal life. She hadn't been to a grocery for 3 years.
Wow.
She kept the curtains closed day and night, so she didn't know. And I just really felt, oh my God, that's just such hell. And she was just caught in this really difficult opioid, painkillers, drink cycle. And, good for her, bloody hell, good for her, that she's back. And she says, today I'm sober, tomorrow I'm sober, but I've learned not to take any of it for granted, which it's like you always say, well, like the program always says, isn't it? While you're having a good time, your disease is doing press-ups.
And it is a disease, it's not a lifestyle choice, guys. Well, that leads kind of contradictorily almost to Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen likens his all-day weed habit to wearing shoes, as his father, Seth Rogen's, reveals that miracle marijuana helped the actor with undiagnosed ADHD. Now, this story kind of confuses me a bit, because I've been quite outspoken about the fact that I don't sign up to this idea that marijuana and spliff and everything is the great sort of friendly sibling or alternative to alcohol or other drugs. I don't see it as this soft, cuddly, dopey, soft, makes you giggle and get the munchies, and it's kind of chilled out and makes you chilled thing. It can be all those things, but we have seen as a family too many instances where it can cause extreme psychosis. But in this story,
seen people carried away.
Yeah, seen people carried away. Not only carried away, we also know people who've gone on to do real self-damage, the ultimate self-damage. And in this instance, Seth is talking about the fact, I think he's launching his own weed brand. He's talking about the fact that it did help with his ADHD. And I think what's a bit confusing about this story is I'm not anti the idea of using any controlled substance in a medically monitored
I get very
and administered
frustrated
fashion.
that we are unable
because
to use it in medicinal circumstance here for the children with chronic epilepsy, right. Because there's in other countries where you can. There's been incredible.
Yeah, but this quote is quite interesting. He says, I've got quite a bit of time. Seth Rogen's a grower on me over the years. It's just a tool we use to make our experience more palatable, experience of life. And some people need those tools more than others. For me, it's like shoes. For you, it might be like sunglasses. Not everyone's the same. If someone doesn't need to smoke weed, great. It's the same as someone telling me they don't wear glasses. I don't know. I just don't know if it can help with it helped with his Tourette's. You're talking about, again, the medical contingent of it that is useful and is helpful, like most things.
But it has to be controlled.
But it has to be kind of controlled. So I think maybe it's okay that he can indulge in it, and maybe he's launching a brand of it that's kind of monitored and only has a certain level of kind of toxins in it and what have you. But this story kind of, I was in a bit of a tug of war with it, because on the one hand I was thinking, oh no, well, don't be just saying spliff's cool, it's so obvious. I sometimes find it just so obvious that everyone says spliff's cool. And as a parent as well, it's just like, oh God, if only you knew the consequences of that too. But at the same time, I'm sure it may well have helped him. And if you're someone who's struggled with these conditions when you were a child and it solved them, imagine being told you can't do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm confused by that one.
I think it's time for a Kardashian
of
story.
Course it
I'm going to
is.
show you about a Kardashian story. Oh my God, these photos of Kim. So stunning. Look at that photo.
Crikey.
I mean,
Yeah.
goddess.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think maybe.
Would you give her your bag of chips if she was hungry?
I'd certainly give her my bag of chips. I don't know if I'd let her have my brown sauce though.
So this is just, a fun little story about how everyone is sliding into her DMs. Billionaires, movie stars,
How do you
politicians.
slide into someone's DMs?
I don't know. People always say that, don't they? I think it just means you DM someone.
Yeah, but
I don't think you slide.
you can't do it without them letting you in, right?
I don't know.
It's like if you get a DM, you've got to go. Yeah, all right. I'll access the DM.
Yeah, what does it
On
mean?
Twitter, you have to follow someone to get the DM.
So anyway, she says she's not looking at the moment.
No.
But she's keeping her options open. Apparently, Kanye is a bit pissed off
Is he?
because
He's regretting
it's
it.
all looking like she's the one that has wanted the breakup. But actually, it was him. Apparently, he wants an artist and a creative.
What, as a wife?
Yeah.
Right.
And apparently,
That's not
he
very nice.
allowed her to file for divorce for her dignity.
Oh God.
But we don't know if this is true. This is all just.
Well, all of that sounds a little bit like he's having a bit of a dig, if that is true what he's saying.
But anyway, they are both now billionaires. So they're not going to be suing each other for childcare.
Well, I'm pleased to hear that.
And it looks like they're going to share the custody of the kids.
I mean, so many things spring to mind when you see these photos of Kim. I mean, she's absolutely stunning, for sure. Yeah. It's a bit
I hope it
hot,
does.
it's a bit
They've got
hot,
four
though, saying I
gorgeous
want to be
children.
with someone who's a creative and an artist.
I know, it's a little bit.
It's a little bit of a slap in the face,
Come
isn't
on, she's been through a lot with him.
it? Okay. Well,
I think he should be very, very nice.
Well, here's final couple of stories which are a bit silly. I've got Tom Cruise here clinging to the front of a train for Mission Impossible 7. I think, it's become almost... It's that time of the year, isn't it, when we see photographs of Tom Cruise doing his latest stunt. And he's attached to various buildings.
Is it wrong that I always see him and think, you're a bit of a wally?
No, I think exactly the same.
Oh, do you?
And in this instance, I mean, it's a remarkable shot. There
It's
he
a
is.
bit silly.
He's standing on the front of a train. And if I'm really honest, I could do that stunt. I'm not impressed by that one. He's standing there and he's got a suit on. And he's really sticking his leg out and looking. You can see the photos there. I don't know why. Look, he's doing a suit. There's something a bit dicky about that.
I just think he's a bit of a wally.
I don't sign up to this. I've got a bit of time for Tom. I can have a bit of a laugh at Tom. As long as you're laughing at what Tom says, Tom's got time for you. But he's clinging to the front of a train. He's hung out of helicopters. He's hung out of B-52s. He's hung on the top of the Khalifa. What's the name of the building in
Khalifa?
Yeah, don't think that's right. No, I mean, but it does beg the question. It begs the question: when Mission Impossible 36 is made, what will he be doing at 85? You know that one of his next film is going to be set in space. Do you know that? It's the first... No, seriously. It's the first space movie. Yeah. Anyway, so that's him. And then
Burj Khalifa.
Another male actor, you could argue, going through a bit of a midlife crisis is Jamie Foxx, who is going through an absolute physical transformation to play Mike Tyson in the biopic of Mike Tyson's life. And this will be intriguing because Jamie Foxx is a very interesting actor. He's great fun and he's incredibly close to his daughter. He's got a really strong relationship with his daughter. I love the fact that his dogs are called King and Kong.
God, they scare me. Look at the size of them.
They scare me. He scares me. And he's 53. I'm aiming to get my body to look like that. Would you be happy if I got to that?
No, he looks weird. He looks like
Does
he's
he?
had implants in his boobs.
Does he? Isn't it
looks like
funny?
a
All men are going for that sort of thing, but women end up saying you look like
no,
a
but
possum.
not that many women like it.
Yeah, so there he is, focused.
Looks
So
nice
he's training up for a show. That was him a couple of years back. You could get anyone around a pool looking a bit... I mean, apart from me, I've never looked like that. And there's Mike Tyson. And there he is with his daughter on Sunset Boulevard. Apparently there's a series on Netflix called Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me. He's got a very witty relationship with his daughter.
Is she in it?
Yeah, well, it's her series, yeah.
Oh.
Basically, she's saying, Dad, stop embarrassing me. It's about her embarrassing relationship with her dad. And I quite like that. I've always had time for Jamie Foxx. And the final story is everyone loves a bit of Zac Efron. And I think Vanessa Valladares liked a bit of Zac Efron too, but no more. Well, this story is he's kicked his girlfriend, Vanessa Valladares, off the set of his TV series when he discovered that she was signed up for, wait for this, a new reality show that's going to take place in Australia called Byron Bays, B-A-Es. What does it stand for, B-A-Es? Bays. Bitch. Bitch. Babe after everything. Babe. What does BAE stand for?
Everything.
Babe. Anyway, it's called Byron Bays. Now, Byron Bays, the series, BAES, has kicked up such a fuss in Byron Bay in Australia, where all the local businesses have refused to cooperate because they don't want their area, their place of outstanding natural beauty, turned into a reality TV hole. By all accounts, it's going to be a little bit like My Ex on the Beach. Now imagine Zac Efron's girlfriend in Ex on the Beach. So he's kicked her out, furious. Apparently he's furious. He's thrown her off the set of his show, and he's terminated things. And they were together for 10 months, and he said, "That's that." So Zac Efron's back on the market, guys.
I wonder if she's regretting that.
He's available. Oh yeah, but I wonder if he'll have got her to sign a disclaimer so she can't say anything on it.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be doing more of these. And if you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification ding dong bell.